Yo, yo, yo! Welcome to First Off the Bench podcast. This is Moods, and I am with my co-host, Taffer.
What's up? What's up?
Yes, sir. We finally got a podcast with both of us going. Super amped, super excited. This is going to be off the chain, and we got some material that we need to talk about. We have Carmelo Anthony, a.k.a. Hoodie Melo, going to the Houston Rockets, and I don't know how I feel. I'm up and down about it, and Taffer and I we're talking about it, and I don't know. We don't have too much or too many positives to kind of mention here, but I want Taffer to kind of go ahead with this and lead the way on. What do you think about Melo joining the Houston Rockets? Does it make them better?
I think it'll, at the end of the day, and how far the Houston Rockets go will depend on Melo. Is he going to be the same guy as he was in OKC, where, he wants the ball, he's not willing to come at the bench? He's playing the ISO ball, which kind of helps Houston a lot too, because they do the ISO ball with the pick and roll.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of want to see, I kind of want to see not just Hoodie Melo, but Olympic Melo, where he has the guys with him. There's a winning team, a championship contending team that put Houston, the Golden State Warriors to 7 games. But you want to see Houston. You want to see Hoodie Melo, Olympic Melo, kind of come out. If Mike D'Antoni decides, hey, we need you to come off the bench, you got to come off the bench, And he was willing to do that in the Olympics for both years, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, all 3, pretty much, coming off the bench if he needed to, and he shined like a crazy star there.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get that.
I hope so too. And you know what? This is the year to kind of have a moment for Melo where, arguably he didn't have a good last 2 seasons. And with this whole thing with Hoodie Melo, I mean, let's put it in perspective here. Hoodie Melo doesn't exist. It's a myth. It's just something, it's a fallacy. It's there to kind of just bring Melo into the spotlight and, kind of give him this false sense of hope that, there's going to be a resurgence in his career. And, kind of thinking about it, when you hop onto a basketball court, you kind of have to lose the hoodie. The hoodie doesn't come onto the basketball court with you. Now you're just Melo. So
exactly.
If you're expecting a persona of Hoodie Melo to come onto the court, it's not going to happen. He's getting up there in age, and I'm 100% with you here that, if you're going to play for the Houston Rockets and D'Antoni's system with Harden and Chris Paul, we're going to need that U.S. Melo, that U.S. Team USA Melo, because realistically, that is the type of killer attitude that you need. Somebody who's willing to put games away.
It's true. And also, not just put games away. I mean, they have Harden to do that, and also Chris Paul. Yeah. But having that third option on the team, which they didn't have, because you have like Clint Capella and like Trevor Ariza. Mm-hmm. You had old man Joe Johnson, who didn't really do anything for them in the playoffs, so to speak, right? So you have that third option for them, so you're not you don't have that like weight, so to speak, on Chris Paul and James Harden.
Yeah.
And that's how Golden State Warriors, that's how they succeed, right? Because they have like five guys on the floor who can bring the ball up.
Yeah.
And then they're all running around, setting picks for each other, and then getting the defense to either fix on KD, Steph, Clay, or Draymond, or now DeMarcus.
Yeah, and you know what, Taffer? I'm not even worried about the offense from Carmelo. Realistically, it'll come down to who's really guarding KD or LeBron James now, who is in the West. So, in my honest opinion, seeing from what I've seen in the Knicks and OKC days, I'm not convinced that Melo is that stopper, and the fact that Houston Rockets actually lost Trevor Ariza, that's going to be a big void.
I agree. Yeah. Completely agree. Because Ariza was very well known around the league as being a stopper too, right? Mm-hmm. And that's where he got his championship with the Lakers.
Yeah.
He was that guy, and he's what they needed, essentially, like a 3-and-D kind of guy, right?
Exactly, yeah. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be really interesting to see what Houston does. I mean, D'Antoni is the right coach. That goes kind of without saying, Antony, I like to call him, because realistically, I don't see any D in his schemes.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens there. But, going with that whole new signing, we have another signing which, a lot of our NBA fans actually do know about. We've seen Kevin Love recommit to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Mm-hmm. What was it? 4 years, $125 million.
4-year, $120 million extension.
$120 million. My bad.
Yeah, $120.
Not bad.
You can't give him that $5 extra million,
You gotta save it for some actual players, right? You gotta save it for
someone else.
That's not bad. I mean, you know what? Kudos to Kevin Love. He's finally getting the reins to kind of come back into the situation where he will be the number one guy. And that's what I feel like Kevin Love is kind of taking advantage of, because, you could technically sign or ask for a trade for any other team that has the amount of stars that they do. But I think Kevin Love, being in the shadows of LeBron throughout his career in Cleveland, I think this gives him the opportunity to actually say, you know what? All right, let's give it a shot. Let's see what Sexton can do. And let's see if maybe we can kind of wiggle our way into the playoffs. Because just thinking about Miami last season, Miami didn't really have any star power in that whole turmoil situation with Hassan Whiteside. 8 spots are really up for grab.
I think the last 4 spots are up for grab.
In
the East.
Yeah, this is true.
It's a toss-up, man. It could be it's anybody's game in the East, to be honest.
No, it definitely is. And my last point, just with this whole Kevin Love signing, is it seems like the Cavs are saying, you know what, we're not necessarily giving up. We kind of want a playoff appearance. Or maybe, you know what, if we lock this guy up, it's a reasonable contract. So if we are looking for trade partners and, there is a contending team that wants to maybe capitalize and ship off a couple pieces of young talent, here, take Kevin Love. We'll start our rebuild. This is what we're figuring out into the system. And we'll just kind of go from there. And then, it'll be Sexton's team to kind of run.
Yeah, that's true. I think, since LeBron came back to Cleveland, and he pretty much demanded to get Kevin Love instead of having Andrew Wiggins, I think those 5 years, 4 years, have been, I think overall it kind of diminished Kevin Love's stock itself as a player. Because when he was in Minnesota, it was all about, getting those 30 points and 30 rebounds and 20 rebounds a game and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
And now having to take that back seat from not just LeBron, but Kyrie Irving. And then kind of Kyrie Irving taking a step, and then he kind of shown a little bit. Now that gives him another opportunity to, sign this contract again. Because they were saying the rumor was that they were, if LeBron was leaving, then they're going to kind of try and ship Kevin Love off.
Yeah.
Now that they're trying to take him, me personally, I think that means there wasn't enough. They didn't get enough options or trades back to kind of get Kevin Love to move somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I think now it's about Kevin Love trying to prove himself technically again to become an all-star in the East, which should be a cakewalk for him. and then essentially just getting his numbers back, and then showing that it wasn't just him being the third option, but he can be the first option. Same thing as you said earlier there.
Yeah. And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me, and maybe hold me down on this one, or mark my words on this one. It wouldn't surprise me if a rookie beats him out for for an All-Star appearance.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of believe that, especially in the East. It wouldn't surprise me if a rookie actually beats him out.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm going on a limb and saying that one. That's some controversial.
That's a big one right there. We'll see how that one pans out.
Oh, definitely.
I think. I mean, in the East there aren't too many players. At least big men.
Yeah.
The East. There's Joel Embiid who will be center.
He'll get it. Yeah. Ben Simmons will probably do it.
Another forward. Yeah. Antetokounmpo would be another 4 or 3-4.
I hate when they put him at the 4, man. That's so 2K.
but how they do it now is it's going to be 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center. Or no, they do front court, back court.
Yeah, front court, back court. Yeah.
Yeah, they do front court, back court now. So it's 2 and 3. So
but this class is going to change that, I think.
Yeah. So we'll see, and then hopefully, I mean, I hope they don't do East and West. I kind of like the format that they did with the kind of pickup game kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, the draft, yeah.
Yeah, the draft, which is, I hope they stick with that, and hopefully this time they air the draft.
Yeah, I think, you know what, they probably learned from last All-Star game, because there was a buzz going around, and it would have been cool to see, you know, LeBron James pick KD, right?
Yeah,
it was just like, oh, okay, taking another cheap way out.
Yeah, and then the back and forth between them too, like. Yeah, you get to play with them all the time. I want to play with them this time. I'd be like, yeah, I'm picking KD.
Right? I would have paid to see Steph's face.
Yeah, exactly. And then like Steph going, oh yeah, well, you know, you beat us last time, so I'm gonna take Kyrie. That kind of thing. You know, that'd be kind of cool to see that back and forth. You know, that kind of thing.
Oh, 100%. That was a great little twist that the NBA did. But speaking about rookies beating out Kevin Love, let's shift our focus here actually to the Summer League. The Summer League was actually filled with a lot of talent this year. Ratings were much higher than previous years, which kind of says something. There's a lot of hype going on with this class's rookies. Let's talk about the standouts actually. Like, who stood out in the Summer League for you?
To me, I'm a big Lakers fan.
Oh, no
always
kidding.
Watching them, always, you know, gotta always rep the Lakers since time. Josh Hart, very good.
Yeah.
Very good player there. The Summer League MVP.
Oh yeah.
You know, he had a so-so game. He had a so-so game at the end. Got kicked out.
Yeah.
Last 5 minutes or so, but you know, it happens. I think he's a second-year player.
Second-year player, yeah.
Second-year player, yeah. Mm-hmm. Not a rookie, but, you know, someone to look out for, especially with the rebuild that the Lakers are doing.
Yeah. What do you think he'll bring to the table?
I mean, from what I've seen in the Summer League, like the games at least, you know, he's a good shooter, good off the ball, good shot creator too.
Mm-hmm.
He's not afraid to take those big shots.
Yeah.
I know if you saw that clip with Collin Sexton. And him guarding him, and he's getting that stance.
Yep.
Against Josh Hart there, and he just kind of stared at him, looked him down, and took the shot. But I mean, hey, it didn't make it, but he's got to take those shots, which I like, and he's going to be getting shots like that. I mean, not exactly like that, but as long as he can knock down an open shot, and you got LeBron driving down into the hole and then kicking it out, and that's all that matters, right?
Yeah, 100%. I liked his mentality that he showed too.
And then also, I'm probably gonna butcher this name.
Oh yeah.
But it's Sviatoslav Mykhailiuk.
Oh yeah. I heard about him.
I really like him. He was a really good 3-point shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Runs the floor. It's a small forward too, kind of like I think same size as LeBron, 6'8".
Mm-hmm.
Not as big as LeBron, but runs the floor. Has a great shot, so that's what the Lakers are kind of looking for, especially with the young guys that kind of build around LeBron too.
Yeah.
So those, at least from the Lakers, those are the 2 guys that I really liked watching and enjoy watching overall too.
Oh, that's awesome. Honestly, the Lakers really have some good talent built up, so it's really getting the right pieces now around LeBron James, and with Josh Hart really surging out of the pack like that, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with Lonzo, especially with the interference / noise of his father.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think LeBron has time to play
noise,
with that. So it's going to be interesting. I am high on the Lakers. So I'm pretty excited to see what they're going to do. But Little Birdie told me that you're also thinking about somebody from the Jazz as well.
The Jazz, yeah, man. Grayson Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Grayson Allen. He was, a scrappy defender.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on, when that video of the so-called quote-unquote fight.
Yeah, fight.
With Trae Young.
Quote, unquote.
In the summer league there. I mean, I wouldn't call it a fight, but, some people
It's no malice in the palace.
No, exactly. No blood, we're all good,
Yeah.
Good scorer. Great compliment to Donovan Mitchell, I think, especially with, they're both scorers, both can shoot, both are willing passers. Grayson Allen kind of showed that.
Yeah.
The only downside I see with Grayson Allen is kind of hot-headed. So, he's got to keep that in check. I mean, you don't want to be paying all those fines, even though you get that deal.
Yeah, the rookie contract, right?
Exactly.
That'll run out quick.
Especially in the playoffs. Playoffs matter, right? Especially the farther they go and the more technicals you get. If you had to sit out a game, that's huge.
That is huge. That is huge.
Exactly. So, Grayson Allen, I had him. Really enjoyed kind of watching his game and some of his highlights too.
Yeah.
We didn't get to watch all the games, unfortunately, out here in Canada, but, someone that I enjoyed to watch there.
Oh, 100%. So I personally like the dynamic between Donovan Mitchell, Grayson Allen. It's great to complement who they have with Ingles and with Gobert. It'll be interesting to see how they kind of shuffle around the lineup if one of them is actually going to take a hit in the sense of coming off the bench. And as well as Ingles has been playing, I think, throughout the playoffs and the regular season, it would kind of suck to see him get relegated to the bench. But then you also have Favors too. So unless Mitchell is willing to play the point guard position, because I'm not 100% sure who was running point guard on Utah. Was it Rubio? No.
Rubio.
Yeah, it was Rubio?
Rubio and Dante Exum.
Oh, and Exum too.
Yeah. They kind of Exum just came back, I think, halfway through the year last year. Played a good solid backup to Rubio there.
Okay,
Rubio had a huge couple of games too in the playoffs. So
he did. Then he got injured, which really sucked. And Utah, I'm telling you, Utah's that team you're going to have to look out for in the West because they're young and they're hungry. And again, speaking of that fire from Grayson Allen, yeah, keep it in check, but man, let it burn. Let it burn when it matters.
Exactly. Kind of like a Draymond Green kind of thing, or like a Ron Artest, You got to get in their face, but you got to be smart about it. Not like Rashid.
That's it, yeah. Oh man, he has some classic texts.
Oh man, yeah, that guy. I feel like I'm not gonna start with him.
Yeah. So while we're on the topic actually of Grayson Allen, his counterpart Trae Young on the Atlanta Hawks, I was.
I know you had your eye on him too.
I had my eye on him. I was kind of high on him. I was slowly starting to become a fan. I like what he does because once he starts developing and discovering his game, which I think he did find a bit more in the summer league in terms of handles, in terms of getting to the rim, in terms of coming off screens and actually creating for himself. I do like that aspect. And while creating for yourself, you will end up having those passing opportunities or those assist opportunities. Only thing is, those assist opportunities are happening on the Atlanta Hawks. So while I think, Trae Young is going to be a very good player, a special player, it's going to be tough for him because of the shot-making ability of the rest of the squad in the Atlanta Hawks. Now, you had Collins also playing in the Summer League, and Collins was a beast in himself, but in my honest opinion, he is still a bit small, still a bit inexperienced, and you know, being in a total rebuild situation, it might be a little bit tough for the both of them. However, with Trae Young, you know, doing what he's doing, taking the shots that he's taking, and, you know, eventually once he starts getting more comfortable, we're going to see him hit at a high clip. Also probably settle down and maybe come a little bit closer to the 3-point line. I don't know. Hopefully the coach talks to him all up to the Hawks. But I'm high on what Trae Young can bring because he does have that ball handling ability, which with more practice, more development, I think he'll become a really dangerous offensive player. Now, what we're going to see on the defensive end, I'm not 100% sure because he is kind of undersized, but we'll see what happens. If he's crafty, you have undersized players such as Muggsy Bogues really, you know, handling himself well on the court, you know, being that pest, and you bring that ball down low, guess what? It's going the other way. With Trae Young's ability, pull up three, find somebody for an alley-oop, whoever wants to catch it on that team. I'm throwing a lot of shade towards Atlanta right now.
I mean, hey, they kind of blew up their team from a couple of years ago.
Yeah, 4 years, yeah. But,
yeah. They were number one in the East.
Yep.
Had some great pieces. Kyle Korver, Damari Carroll, technically.
Great.
Technically, Damari Carroll, you know. Al Horford.
Al Horford's, man, he came into his own in Celtics.
That's true. That's very true.
Now, speaking of blow-ups, you got Magic. So the Magic, it seems like the Magic have been in constant rebuild since Tracy McGrady. They had that experiment with Dwight Howard.
I mean, technically the experiment went well. It's just that they kind of headbutted each other at the end there.
Yeah. Back
in like 2010, 11?
Yeah, when he wanted Van Gundy fired.
After that, when he wanted that trade, yeah. And they went to the finals, so I mean, that's no joke.
No, it's no joke, but
he beat the Cavs and LeBron, so.
Yeah, it's Dwight, though.
It's Dwight, yeah.
It's Dwight.
Dwight Coward. That's what I like to call him.
Dwight Coward, jeez.
Dwight Coward.
Shots fired. Ring the alarm. I hope you're watching.
If you don't want to be a big man in the Lakers, then get out. Yeah, you don't belong in the league. That's what I think.
And he had Kobe.
Those are my thoughts.
And he had Kobe.
Exactly.
Oh, my gosh.
If he stayed one more year, man, because that year was Steve Nash, Dwight Howard, Pau Gasol.
Wow.
I mean, he said he was playing injured.
Yeah.
Nash was coming off an injury, and then Kobe got injured.
Yeah.
I mean, if he stuck it out for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, he would have had a ship.
Maybe another year or two. You never know.
You never know. You never know, but it didn't even work for him in Houston.
It didn't work for him in Atlanta.
I don't understand with that guy.
Or Hornets.
But we're going to digress because this is not about him. This is about real talent.
Yeah, how about the young big man?
The young big man. And I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about. We got Mo Bamba. And I'm going to throw a little sidekick in there because, in my opinion, I was watching him play, and I think he developed pretty well in the offseason. So, Orlando fans, be surprised because I have you guys actually coming into the playoffs. Jonathan Isaac. Now,
okay.
I think the kid's crazy. I remember one Summer League game, he had 5 blocks.
Oh, jeez.
And then you have Bamba.
And Bamba, too.
Holy. What we can expect from... I was about to make a really bad pun. And then I just said, nah. But what we can expect with their Orlando Magic is... and I'm still not 100% on who the lineup would be or how they'd arrange it, but you're getting defense with that team. That team is ready to defend, and they're lengthy, and they're exactly what the Milwaukee Bucks really wanted to do. So with Henson, didn't kind of work out. He's there. You know, Antetokounmpo, he's there. We all know what he can do. But other than that, and Thon Maker, still kind of finding his way. But you got Mo Bamba, who is very similar to Joel Embiid. Very mobile, very athletic. That interior defense, you're looking at something that's very strong. Then you got Isaacs, who I seen hitting mid-range shots, fadeaways, post-ups, defending like he's expected to and what he was known for coming out of college. On top of that, I think he's like almost 6'11", maybe 7.
I think 6'10", 6'11", something like that.
That's crazy, man. And then you have Aaron Gordon. So my only concern with the Orlando Magics really is obviously Bamba takes center, no questions asked. Who's playing your 4? Who's playing your 3? My opinion, Aaron Gordon should be your 4 because he'll have the quickness advantage, and then you have Isaacs playing the 3, who'll have your height advantage.
Right.
So, in my opinion, I mean, if they go with that, then you got Fournier at the shooting guard position, and then I'm not 100% sure who's at point guard, but it really kind of doesn't matter, to be honest, because I know they got rid of Alfred, so... Yeah, I know they got old heads for the point guards, but the main thing is I think Isaac, really, really good. His summer league's showing was fantastic, and Bamba, once he starts again developing, maybe puts on a tiny bit more size, that team is going to be a team that you fear.
That's true. That's true. On the other side, though, I got DeAndre Ayton.
Oof, yes,
the number 1 pick, and he kind of fooded your boy there. Sorry to put that out there.
Hey, I don't blame you one bit.
And I enjoy his game. He's that old school center kind of thing,
Oh, trust me.
With like the back to the post.
Yeah.
Old school type player with the hook and everything like that. He kind of reminds me of a little bit of kind of like a DeAndre Jordan. Always running the floor, always catching the oops at least.
Yeah.
With the Suns, at least in summer league, but I'd give him a bit more of a 2K ranking, so to speak, just because he has that soft touch around the rim.
Yeah,
and he can play the low block too.
Yes, he can.
And especially with you got players like Tyson Chandler, who's also an NBA champion, can teach him a couple things, and then we got Booker. Elite scorer for the Suns.
Oh, yeah.
And Booker and Ayton have been some crazy parallels to 2 of the probably top 2 of the dynamic duo.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I hear you.
Of Kobe and Shaq.
I hear you.
That's what they're saying. So
I heard it echo throughout the wind.
We'll see how that goes. It's some big shoes to fill.
You jumping ship? If that happens?
I don't think so. I bleed purple and gold, man.
Oh, man.
But I'd like to really enjoy to see how Booker and Ayton kind of, play off each other.
Oh, it's going to be crazy.
The system runs with the Suns too,
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Even, who's the other guy they had on the Suns? The guy with the fro. The afro. Josh Jackson, yeah. If he comes into his own, that team's gonna be good.
That's true. It's up and coming team, man. Up and coming.
I'm a huge fan. Yeah, DeAndre Ayton, I'm a huge fan. I like him. It's gonna be a great battle between the two. One in the East, one in the West. It's nice. Distribute the talent. It's pretty cool.
I agree.
You had somebody else on your radar?
Last guy who kind of put the Toronto Raptors almost on like a highlight reel pretty much by himself. Mr. Miles Bridges.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, this guy. Very, I like him because I've always been a big fan of Blake Griffin.
Oh yeah.
Even though he was on the Clippers, but the stuff he was doing in the regular season game was crazy, especially in the first 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And he didn't really become a very one-dimensional player. And hopefully, Miles Bridges doesn't do that too,
Yeah.
Because now you got Blake, driving down the court, making that pass, having that alley-oop, or he'll make that shot, kind of like a Kevin Garnett kind of thing, right?
Yeah, which would be cool.
Exactly. So I think Miles Bridges will be very exciting to watch, especially when he was trying to, I think he had like 8 dunks on us in the summer league, and he had that spinning off the backboard self alley-oop. If
that went down, I'm done. I'm done with the Raptors farm system.
I think that would have been like the dunk of the year.
Already.
We didn't season didn't even start yet. It would have been the dunk of the year.
Needless to say, the man said, "Please don't make this, because I won't be making a roster ever."
Yeah, whoever was guarding him was in huge trouble there.
Oh, trust me. But hey, you know what? Crawford got what's his name? Jordan Crawford. He got a chance in the league after dunking on LeBron James, and you know what?
That's true.
But now he's MIA, so.
Yeah. So it depends. I mean, sometimes the easy part is getting into the league. You just got to stay in the league.
This is true.
Right?
How do you think Bridges is going to help the team, the Hornets?
I think so. I think it depends on how they kind of treat Kemba Walker.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, we're gonna trade you. Now we're not gonna trade you. Then it's about oh, you're the franchise, but now you're not the franchise. So,
oh man.
And we'll see how that goes. I mean, Jordan is a tough guy, so
he is. Yeah.
If you're not winning, then he's got to do something, and unfortunately, it's a business. So
yeah, we learned that.
You gotta get what you gotta give, right?
So yeah, no, I agree with you there. Bridges, he does have the opportunity to really mesh well with Kemba, and especially a fast type play.
Exactly.
Type of basketball that the Hornets bring to the table. So it'll be cool. Hearing the Kevin Garnett comparison definitely brings a smile to my face. Even Chris Webber brings a smile to my face. It's nice to hear the old heads get mentioned. But moving on. Mr. Intensity himself, Mr. I'ma clench my fist and get into my defensive stance.
The bull.
The bull. Collin Sexton.
Mr. Sexton, eh?
Holy. When I seen that, Taffer, I was just like, yeah, LeBron shouldn't have left. Because that's the sign of a kid who wants to win. That's the sign of a kid who has the mental intensity that you want. That's the guy who's going to take the rest of your teammates and say, hey, we're down 10. We're going to be up 10 very shortly. And make it happen. And I don't care what anybody says. Cedi Osman, he kind of has that little spark, that little fire in him too.
That's true.
Talking, defense... that little grit and grind that the Cavs will probably establish that identity. And if Kevin Love, if he ends up going back to being the Minnesota Kevin Love, it'll be a pretty damn interesting dynamic that's happening in Cleveland. So I'm really high on Collin Sexton. I think he'll probably be one of the top 10 point guards within the next 2-3 years.
In 2-3 years?
2-3 years.
Top point guard in the NBA or top point guard in the East?
In the NBA.
In the NBA.
Yeah. Not only do you have the mentality from the get-go, if you're a gym rat, you'll develop. The games will develop, especially now since, you're going to start on Cleveland. You're getting that head start above a lot of other younger point guards in the league. And again, mentality. I'm a firm believer over mentality over skill and talent. Because skill and talent you can learn. And like yourself, you've grown up watching the Lakers. Kobe.
Yeah.
MJ.
Yeah.
Scotty.
Yeah.
I'm even throwing Bruce Bowen in there. Right? We're going to kick to the side of the face. So, yeah, I'm really high on Collin Sexton, and the fact that he will be able to get ample amount of playing time. Please be healthy and stick it through the season. I'm up there on him. I think he's probably going to be top 10. And then, 10? Yeah, top 10, man. What do you think?
I think 2-3 years is a very short window.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's a lot of older guys now in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, you got, Chris Paul's pretty getting up there now.
Yeah.
So, and there aren't too many. 10 point guards. There aren't too many of them. out there.
There's not. Yeah, honestly, I took a cheap shot there.
You
got Russell.
You got Kyrie. Number one would either be Steph Curry or Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, point guards. And Kyrie.
Chris Paul. That's 3.
Nah, Chris Paul. He's gonna digress.
Yeah, right now in the league.
Yeah.
He's there. Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie, yeah.
Damian Lillard.
Nah.
He's if you put him somewhere else, like, the Lakers.
Yeah.
You never know.
Bruh, you got your own team. Make it happen.
Not until I win another ring, man. There aren't too many top 10. Kyle Lowry's, I'd put him there, but,
You just throw him in there just because it's a name.
Yeah.
To be honest, I like Kemba more than I like Kyle.
I like John Wall, actually.
I hate John Wall.
You hate John Wall? The guy puts like 10 dimes a game, so that's kind of what you want. He could be dropping like 30 or 40 points if he really wanted to, but
nah, Bradley Beal would complain. I'm telling you, that Wizards team is the model system of dysfunctional. And you added Dwight Howard.
And now you're having Dwight Howard in the mix, so
we'll
see how that goes.
Remember when there was a team that was just, it looked amazing on paper?
The 2004 Lakers? Karl Malone, Gary Payton.
Oh, you took some fire to that paper, didn't you?
Jeez. Oh my goodness.
It's the second coming.
Bitter. Just bitter, man. Those Detroit Pistons, man.
Oh, great team. great team. Oh, we're not going to get started on that because I would definitely want to save retro teams for a different podcast. And I hope everybody who's listened to this will be amped for that.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Now,
I think on paper,
yeah.
They look great.
Yeah.
On paper, Dwight on any team looks great. But for sure there's something in the background going on.
Except for the Hornets.
The guy can't go through 4 teams in 5 years.
He's not.
Like, I'm not the problem,
No, yeah, no, you're... First stage is admittance.
Yeah.
So, moving on from dysfunction, let's knock on doors and let's bring in Kevin Knox. For the New York Knicks.
That's your guy, too.
That's my guy, too. And he's looking like a very streaky player. A player that has the ability to be very explosive. A lot of good takes on the Summer League where he was just... You think you're going to stand here and try and get a block? No, you're going to catch... He's going to catch a body. He's going to catch a body. And he's the type of player that I find that once he gets a bit more comfortable, knowing that, your outside game can lead to a lot inside. And once he figures out how to maneuver around that, especially with, reports saying that Kristaps Porzingis might not be back for the season. Hopefully that's not the case. And I do wish him a speedy recovery because it's about damn time that the New York Knicks make the playoffs and bring some type of rivalry. I know Spike out there, if he's listening to this podcast, $1,000 saying he's probably not. I'm going to hashtag the crap out of this, so hopefully it gets to him. But, having a guy like Kevin Knox and then hopefully Kristaps Porzingis when that time comes, that could be a game changer. And, Knox has showed a lot of ability in terms of getting streaky from outside, burying shots after shots after shots, hands in his face. The guy is tall, he's quick, he's lanky, he's explosive. I'm pretty high on this guy, and I think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with once he figures his game out. So I'm super excited. I think he's going to bring a great dynamic to the Knicks. And it'll probably open up a lot of doors in terms of free agency once they piece everything together.
That's true.
So Knicks fans, you guys got something to be super, super excited about. Kudos to you.
Not this year, but next year.
Not this year, yeah. Sorry, guys.
Hey, I know how you feel.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that kind of wraps up like the whole summer league standouts. And there's a lot of names that we didn't even touch upon, which due to time, we don't want to get into it all. But my recommendation is definitely give it a shot. Like, take a look at some of these statistics. I know summer league is summer league, and it doesn't mean anything. But main things that you want to look for with a player is the fact that how are you reading defenses? If you feel like you're going against a less superior opponent, are you really taking advantage of it? Or are you sitting there in the back kind of just being like, oh, okay, I could do this on a next play, or I could get this on a next drive. You don't want that. Not from a star player. A star player is there to kill.
Right.
And it's there to affect the game. And again, just touching upon what LeBron said in his in one of his post-game conferences, is that 2 points is not 2 points. For some players, they'll be like, oh yeah, I got 2 points. 2 points is 2 points. But 2 points is not 2 points. 3 points is not 3 points. It may look like that on the score sheet, but if 2 points has the ability to break a player and break a team and disrupt the offense and make you second guess what you're doing or make you change up the schematics just a bit, then those 2 points are not 2 points. Those 2 points will lead to a swing. And I find that in this draft, we have a lot of those types of players that are thinking and that are playing like 2 points is not 2 points or 3 points is not 3 points.
I like that quote. That's a good quote.
100%. And that's coming from LeBron, the king, not the GOAT.
The king.
Not the GOAT.
Self-proclaimed king.
I'm willing to give up the crown. I'm willing to say here, take the crown. I ain't got the materials. I'm telling you, this crown's made out of like paper. So sorry.
So since you like the hot takes, I give this to you right now. Yep. Obviously, we're gonna save all the future rewards and nominations for another show.
Yes, sir.
But from what you've seen from the summer league, who would you say is the rookie of the year?
Ooh.
Just off summer league.
Just off summer league, I am saying it's the reinvention of the 5 spot. It's the reinvention of the 5 spot. I am super happy to say it, and I hope you deliver on all fronts. Deandre Ayton.
That was my pick too.
Was it?
That was my pick too. Yeah. That was my pick too.
See, when stuff happens unscripted, it's a surprise.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. That's sick. Old school, new school. Sick. I mean, he's not going to be playing against. He's not going to get. You never know. He could get a double to average that, but it's going to be a lot tougher in the regular league. You're not going against 18 and 19-year-olds.
Yeah,
you're going against grown ass men.
This is true. This is
Rudy
true.
Gobert. You got Draymond Green. You got.
He'll eat Draymond. I think he'll eat Draymond.
And you got Anthony Davis. You got all these guys. So
yeah, DeMarcus.
Hey, exactly, DeMarcus. Exactly.
JaVale McGee.
Hey, 2-time champion.
Oh God, that's like boosting about Adam Morrison.
Exactly. 2-time champion Adam Morrison.
Oh my God.
The guy did as much as me on the NBA court.
Oh my God, I guarantee you he melted down his rings.
Oh man, did he?
No, it wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me either. He probably sold that. He probably sold that real quick.
Oh right, it's like I thought I was gonna afford this house.
The 2 years after 2010, he's like, yep, I need money.
Oh man, but I just want to say on that note. So that's our pick, DeAndre Ayton for Rookie of the Year for now. Obviously, as the season goes on, we'll definitely, adjust accordingly. But I'm firm on that.
Same here. I think, unless knock on wood, injuries or someone else has a huge season.
That's true too. You never know.
You never know. Exactly.
But yeah, we want to know what you guys think. Leave us a comment if you're definitely listening to this podcast. And it would be awesome to hear from you. And that will conclude today's version of the podcast. Give us a thumbs up. Hit us up on YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And just want to say have an excellent day. Anything that'll pop, we'll definitely give you guys a shout. Take it easy, and thanks for joining First Off the Bench.
Peace.